The Galaxy Z Fold 6 has been a rather controversial device this year. Some say the outer screen is too narrow and is practically unusable for everyday simple tasks such as texting, because the keyboard is too small due to the screen's slim aspect ratio. The Fold 6 is being compared mostly to other popular foldable devices such as the OnePlus Open and now the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, both of which are commendable in their own respect, but I think they all have their own list of flaws. Now, before I dive any deeper, I would like to disclose that this video is not sponsored by Samsung, and anything I say is solely my own personal opinion based on my experience with the Fold 6 after I've used it since release, and I paid for it with my own money. Besides, my channel is too small to even warrant any brand sponsorships. In this video, I will not be discussing the features or specs or any benchmarks of the Galaxy Fold 6, because quite frankly, there are hundreds of other channels on YouTube that already have covered all of that. Plus, if you wanted to read the specs and feature list, you can always Google it. So in this video, I want to talk about how I use the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Now, this is the very first foldable phone I have ever purchased and used. I've always been a Galaxy S Ultra series or iPhone Pro Max candy bar style phone user all this time. But after I held the Z Fold 6 in my hands at Best Buy, anticipating to be put off by it, I actually fell in love with its modern, symmetrical design and ergonomics. Yes, I am also talking about the outer display. I find it perfect for one-handed use. I don't have to perform Olympics-style gymnastics with my thumb to reach opposite corners of the screen, whereas when I use my iPhone 15 Pro Max or Galaxy S24 Ultra, one-handed use is rarely a comfortable process. For simple tasks like texting, quick glance at my notifications, music playback, and access to Control Center are just some of the things that the outer screen, in my opinion, is perfect for. Let's not forget how you can even prop the phone open halfway and now it's like a mini tripod. You can take selfies with the main cameras or use it to have a conversation in a different language. My in-laws are Ukrainians, so using the outer screen as an interpreter has been extremely useful to translate English into Russian and vice versa. For content consumption, I would argue that the outer screen is also fine for movies due to its super wide aspect ratio, without any black bars on top and bottom. Of course, if you wanted to, you can use the inner display for a larger viewing experience. That is if the black bars don't bother you. I don't use social media very often, but when I do, it's mostly to respond to some messages and maybe view reels or stories posted by my friends and family members. Now, the outer screen isn't ideal for this particular use case, so I almost always use the inner display for this and find it more comfortable. The crease can be an eyesore at certain angles. Do I wish Samsung did a better job of improving it in this model? Yes, I do. But looking at the display at a normal viewing angle, you will barely notice it. Plus, the quality of the colors, contrast, brightness, and vividness of the inner display outshine the crease. No pun intended. I'm a photographer, so when I'm out on location, sure, I can always bring my giant iPad Pro with me to edit on the go, but I'll be honest, ever since I got the Fold 6, I haven't touched my iPad Pro for those quick photo edits. The main reason? Well, it's always in my pocket. After a shoot, I simply connect my Sony a7C II to my Fold 6, download the raw files to the phone, and start editing in Lightroom within minutes. Now this is where the S Pen comes in real handy, especially when I need to really dial in those adjustments to a specific number. Do I wish that Samsung should have created a slot to store the S Pen within the Fold 6 like the S24 Ultra? Of course I do. Do I also wish that the S Pen wasn't this flimsy looking stick, but more like the one we get with the S24 Ultra? Absolutely. But for now, I'm looking at the glass half full here, and trying to enjoy the advantages of having a foldable device that fits comfortably in my pocket. Maybe it's the novelty of having a foldable for the first time, and perhaps down the road, I may begin to focus on the flaws more. But for now, I am enamored by it, and I am going to enjoy this device for what it is as much as I can. The battery life hasn't been a big issue for me either. In between checking emails, browsing the web, consuming content, doing some online shopping and some light photo editing, I usually have more than 20% battery left by the end of my day. So I have no problem with placing my Fold 6 on the charger before I go to bed. I have set the battery care settings to adaptive just to make sure that I do everything I can to prolong its life for as long as possible. Now about the Galaxy AI features, which are cool, no doubt. Do I absolutely need them? No. But are they fun? Sure. The two most common ones that I have been using is the photo editing AI features such as removing unwanted objects from a picture, and I use Circle to search as well. In summary, I believe the Fold 6 is a good foldable phone, and I know most people are upset that the upgrade from Fold 5 were considerably minor, and that extra $100 price increase did not help the matter either. But Samsung does offer some really good deals, whether you have a trade-in where you can save upwards of $1,200, or if you're interested in buying this phone without a trade-in, Samsung is offering $400 off at the very moment. Anyways, that's my take on this device. And like Flossie Carter always says, the One UI software is the best out of all, and I couldn't agree more. So Samsung Knights, rejoice if you did buy the Fold 6, and f*** the haters. Thanks for watching.